Dale Earnhardt Jr. just dropped a bomb on NASCAR. And no, this isn't just another opinion from a racing legend. It's a full-on shot at how the sport is handling one of the biggest legal messes in its history. What started as a quiet business dispute has now exploded into a full-blown war, and Dale Jr. just made it crystal clear he's not buying NASCAR's story. Let me explain. This all starts with the charter system. Back in 2016, NASCAR launched a model that gave certain race teams something like a permanent ticket to compete, what they call charters. These charters gave stability, they gave value, but they also created a new kind of power struggle. Because now, not all teams are treated equally. Some feel trapped, some feel like outsiders, and a few powerful teams, like Michael Jordan's 23XI Racing and Front Row Motorsports, have had enough. They've been locked in a lawsuit against NASCAR for over a year, fighting for transparency and fair treatment. It's not just about money, it's about who gets to shape the future of the sport. And now, just weeks before a massive court showdown, NASCAR came out and said, "We're open to a settlement. We'd like to have a judge-appointed mediator." On the surface, that sounds peaceful, right? Like they're trying to make things right. But Dale Jr. isn't fooled. On his podcast, Dale said something that sent shockwaves through the garage. Was this really nothing more than NASCAR going, "By the way, we do want a settlement. Not that we think one's going to happen, but we just want people to know that we're not against a settlement"? That's not just a random comment. That's a mic drop. Dale Jr. is calling it what it is, a performance, a PR move. He's saying NASCAR doesn't actually want to settle. They just want to look like they do. Why? So when this thing goes to court or drags out in the media, they can say, "Hey, we tried." It's a trick straight out of a political playbook. Make it seem like you're the good guy, even if you're not serious about fixing the problem. And remember, this isn't just anybody talking. This is Dale Earnhardt Jr., son of the Intimidator, voice of the people, and one of the most respected names in the sport. When he speaks up, fans listen. Insiders take notice, and NASCAR, well, they start to sweat. Dale Jr. doubled down on the idea that this is all for show, saying, "It's terms, right? We're totally down with that. Not even expecting it to happen, but just so that the public knows." That quote hits hard, because it means NASCAR might just be playing a game of optics, say the right things, look reasonable, but never actually move the ball forward. And it's not just Dale Jr. feeling uneasy. Michael Jordan, yes, that Michael Jordan, co-owner of 23XI Racing, has also said they've always been open to settling. So if both sides say they want peace, why is nothing changing? Because Dale Jr. just peeled back the curtain. He's exposing what might be NASCAR's biggest secret in this fight. They're not interested in real compromise. They're interested in control. And if that means acting like they're trying, without actually trying, then so be it. Behind the scenes, NASCAR made a bold legal move too. They filed for what's called a summary judgment. Basically, they're asking the judge to shut this case down before it even goes to trial on December 1st. If that happens, it's game over for 23XI and FRM. No more courtroom, no more fight. Just silence. But get this, they didn't do it quietly. NASCAR loaded up their motion with statements from other team owners, showing support for the current system. That's not by accident. That's strategy. It's designed to make it look like only a few rebels are upset, while the rest of the garage is happy. Another way to control the narrative. Another way to say, we're the good guys here. So what does all of this mean? It means this case isn't just about contracts or race entries. It's about power. It's about who gets a voice and who gets left behind. And with Dale Jr. stepping in and tearing off the mask, NASCAR's next move just got a whole lot harder to make. The deeper we dig, the messier it gets. Just when you think this whole charter scandal couldn't get any more twisted, NASCAR made a move that had jaws dropping across the garage. They want to replace the mediator. That's right. The guy who's been working on this case for months, Jeffrey Mishkin, a respected former NBA executive with tons of experience in sports law, suddenly isn't good enough for NASCAR. They want someone new, someone fresh. But let's be honest, someone who might see things their way. And that's not just speculation. That's how 23XI and Front Row Motorsports see it too. Their response? Brutal. They fired back saying, "Mr. Mishkin has invested a great deal of time learning this case and meeting with the parties." In other words, why would you want to start over, unless you don't like how things are going? They even threw in a line that really stings. NASCAR just doesn't like the diagnosis, and now they're out looking for a second opinion. That kind of accusation doesn't get tossed around lightly. This isn't like switching referees in a game. This is someone who's been neck deep in the case. Someone trusted to help both sides reach common ground. And now NASCAR wants him gone? That's not just suspicious. It's alarming. And once again, Dale Jr. saw right through it. He's not saying it outright, but he's connecting the dots in a way fans can't ignore. It all circles back to perception, to control, to narrative. Because let's be honest, if NASCAR really wanted peace, they wouldn't be shaking up the process this late in the game. They'd be sitting down with the teams, hammering out solutions, and moving the sport forward. But instead, we get legal tricks, public statements, and media spin. So now fans are left asking the real questions. Who is NASCAR really trying to protect? Their reputation, their bank account, or their grip on power? All of this drama, every lawsuit, every motion, every podcast comment, leads back to one thing: the charter system. When NASCAR introduced it in 2016, it was sold as a path to stability, a way to help teams grow, get sponsors, and build long-term value. And to be fair, it worked. Since then, teams have created over $1.5 billion in equity. That's real value, real money. But there's a dark side. That same system has created walls. Teams without charters get left out. Smaller organizations feel like they're stuck. And now, some of those charter teams are realizing that the power they thought they had might actually be a leash. This isn't just a contract dispute anymore. It's a rebellion. It's teams demanding real seats at the table, not just fancy titles and hollow promises. And the way NASCAR is responding, it tells us everything. Dale Jr. has no direct stake in this lawsuit. He's not an owner in the battle, but he knows the sport. He is the sport. And when he steps in and says, "This isn't what it looks like," people listen. Because what he's really doing is warning us, telling fans to pay attention, that this could change everything. If 23-11 and Front Row win, it won't just be a court victory, it'll shake the foundation of NASCAR's business model. Teams could demand more power, more say, more transparency, and that ripple could spread to other sports, other leagues, other owners who've been quietly watching and waiting for someone to crack the wall. October 21st is the next big moment. That's when the judge will rule on NASCAR's request for a summary judgment. If it goes through, the case might die quietly before Christmas. But if the judge says no, then the courtroom becomes the new battleground, a public showdown that could drag deep into 2026, with every secret, every strategy, every dirty detail laid bare. Will NASCAR blink first and finally offer a real settlement? Will they stick with the mediator and show good faith? Or will they keep playing the PR game, hoping the fans don't notice the difference? Too late. Dale Jr. made sure the curtain is wide open now. The fans are watching. The teams are angry. And the sport is standing at a crossroads. So what do you think? Is NASCAR just trying to save face? Or are they really willing to share power with the teams who keep the wheels turning? Drop your thoughts in the comments and buckle up, because this ride is far from over.